In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on May 12, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Maple Leafs versus Tampa Bay Lightning. The Toronto Maple Leafs faced the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 6 of the first round in what has been a great back-and-forth series. The Maple Leafs came back in Game 5 to not only take the series lead but put themselves one win away from advancing to the second round for the first time since 2004. The Lightning, meanwhile, are hoping to bounce back from the Game 5 collapse and win Game 6 on their home ice to force a winner-takes-all game in Toronto. Toronto has not won a playoff series since 2004. The Leafs have made the playoffs the last 4 years straight but have lost in the first round each time. Tampa Bay has been inconsistent on offense this series, and Andrei Vasilevskiy has not been his usual stellar self in the net. They trail the series 3-2. After losing Game 5, the Lightning will bounce back in Game 6 at home. They have the playoff history on their side, as they are the defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Vasilevskiy has a 2.32 goals against average and .921 save percentage in his playoff career. Victor Hedman had a great game in Game 2 of the series, recording a goal and 3 assists, but he was pointless in Games 1 and 3 of the series. Hedman had 2 assists in Game 4 and scored a goal in Game 5. Stamkos was struggling in this series, recording just 1 assist through the first 3 games. He has come on a bit in Games 4 and 5, scoring a goal in each game. These are not typical playoff performances by these players, and they will get it going. Look for the Lightning to bounce back after losing Game 5, and they will tie the series up at 3. So the Tampa Bay Lightning money line is our full game side pick. The over hit in 7 out of the last 10 meetings between these two teams, including Games 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the playoff series. Toronto has scored 3 goals or more in each of the 5 games in this series. Austin Matthews scored twice and had an assist in Game 1, and he had 2 assists in Game 2. He did not record a point in Game 3 but had an assist in Game 4 and scored a goal in Game 5. Mitchell Marner scored a goal in Games 1 and 2, and he had 1 assist or more in each of the first 3 games of the series. Marner has 7 points in the series. The Leafs were able to continue rolling on offense, as they were excellent all season. Toronto finished the season ranking second in goals per game and 7th in shots per game. Tampa Bay finished the season ranking 7th in goals per game. They have not been as sharp in the series except for Games 2 and 4, in which they scored 5 goals in Game 2 and 7 goals in Game 4. After losing Game 5, the Lightning will bounce back strong on offense in Game 6. They are very stacked offensively. The Maple Leafs look to build off a 4-goal game and pile on the goals, with Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and the rest of the forward unit creating open shots with quick passes while finding quick shots on the net in the offensive zone. The Lightning, who scored 10 goals in the last 2 games, should run up the score with Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point, and the rest of the forward unit establishing a strong offensive zone presence and creating open shots with great passes in the offensive zone, while Victor Hedman and Ryan McDonough generate shots on the net from the blue line to overwhelm the Maple Leafs defense. Both teams have been carried by their offenses throughout the series, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with both teams finding the back of the net throughout the game. This will be a high-scoring game controlled by both offenses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Wild versus St. Louis Blues. The Minnesota Wild travel to take on St. Louis, trailing 3-2 in their first-round series with the Blues. During the regular season, they had an overall record of 53-22, placing them second in the Central. On the season, the Wild are an above .500 team in their 41 road games, posting a record of 22-14-5. Heading into the game, Minnesota has played well versus Western Conference opponents, sitting at 30-17. The St. Louis Blues look to finish off the Minnesota Wild, with an opportunity to do so at home. On the season, the Blues have played well in their 41 home games, posting a record of 26-10-5. Heading into the game, St. Louis has been tough against other Western Conference opponents, sitting at 34-10. The big change for the Blues since going down 2-1 in the series has been in net, going from Bill Husso to Jordan Binnington. who led the Blues to the Stanley Cup in 2019. The move was needed as even though Husso outplayed Binnington in the regular season, Husso was not getting the job done in the playoffs. Binnington has the edge in Game 6, as since he started, he has a .935 save percentage and ranks 7th in goals saved above expected. His counterpart, projected starter Marc-Andre Fleury, has been below average, with a .906 save percentage and ranking 17th in goals saved above expected. Offensively, the depth of the Blues has the advantage over the top talent of the Wild. The Wild rely on Kirill Kaprizov, who leads all players with 7 goals in the playoff, which is just under half the number of total goals scored by the Wild. The Blues have 4 players with at least 3 goals in this series and are 4th in the playoffs with a 30% playoff percentage. Lean on the balanced attack of the Blues at home with the better goalie to finish off the Wild. So the St. Louis Blues money line is our full game side pick. These teams have put on some very entertaining contests in terms of goals scored. The series has seen 3 games with at least 7 goals scored, and 6 of the 8 contests between these teams this season have seen at least 7 goals scored in them. Fleury has lost his mojo, giving up 4 goals in each of the last 2 games, and Binnington is playing well enough to hold Minnesota to a couple of goals per game. These teams have now gone over in 7 of the last 9 meetings, including 4 of the last 5 meetings in St. Louis. Minnesota has gone over in 35 of their last 52 games when playing on 1 day's rest. St. Louis has gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Edmonton Oilers versus Los Angeles Kings. The Edmonton Oilers face the Los Angeles Kings in Game 6 with the Kings leading the series 3-2. The Oilers won 2 of the first 3 games but with back-to-back games and are now 1 win away from being eliminated. The Kings meanwhile have turned the series around with consecutive wins and can win Game 6 on their home ice to advance to the second round. Edmonton won 3 out of 4 matchups this season, winning 2 out of the 3 season games in Los Angeles. They have scored 3 goals or more in 7 out of 9 total matchups against the Kings. Connor McDavid had 2 points in each of the first 3 games of the series. Evander Kane has 5 goals in the series, and Leon Draisaitl scored 1 goal in each of the first 3 games of the series. Despite losing Game 5 in overtime, McDavid scored a goal and had 2 assists, and Draisaitl scored twice and had an assist in the game. Kane has benefited tremendously playing on the same line as McDavid. Mike Smith has started each game this series and he has been sharp in the net for Edmonton. Smith allowed 4 goals in Game 1, but he allowed 3 goals or less in Games 2, 3, and 4. He shut out the Kings in Game 2, so the Edmonton Oilers money line is our full game side pick. Connor McDavid led the Oilers with 123 points on the season and he finished first in the league in points. Leon Draisaitl had 110 points and he finished third in the league in points. Edmonton had 2 out of the top 5 players in points on the year. The Oilers have scored against the Kings this series, scoring 3 goals in Game 1, 6 goals in Game 2, 8 goals in Game 3, and 4 goals in Game 5. Connor McDavid had 2 points in each of the first 3 games of the series. Evander Kane has 5 goals in the series, and Leon Draisaitl scored 1 goal in each of the first 3 games of the series. McDavid scored a goal and had 2 assists, and Draisaitl scored twice and had an assist in Game 5. Quick has struggled in the net for Los Angeles, posting a 3.79 goals against average and .887 save percentage this series. The goaltending in this series has been admirable by 2 NHL veterans, but the results we have seen are average. Old age from the 2 starters was a factor that most people took into account, so there really isn't a surprise to the average play. This always allows both sides to find their way to the back of the net. A main factor for me in this game is the expected dominance of McDavid and Draisaitl in an elimination game, so I believe they will drive this game total very high. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.